Ooh, that Uber Eats hour has made me very peckish now, but let's move on, shall we? And it is time for the Belgian Grand Prix, round 15 out of 23 this season. And it is time for Division 1, time for the top tier of hyperdrive in Formula 1 this season. And at the moment, we seem to have a man who's in fine Vettel, don't we, in the terms of Danger Time, then, who's been absolutely magnificent. I think he won his fifth Grand Prix of the season last time out in Hungary. A brilliant drive indeed, and also his seventh podium of the season as well for Danger Time. Let's take a look at the drivers and the constructors then, shall we? And what else has happened throughout the course of the week here in the Belgian Grand Prix, the historic Belgium as well. Potentially could be off the calendar in 2023, which will be an absolute travesty for me personally. I absolutely love this circuit, and it's absolutely horrifying just to hear that. But this is how the state of play is in the World Championship. Is Danger Tom's leading by 81.5 or 81.5 points now from Blaze in second position. Sly Guy in third position, 2.5 points away from Blaze. And Epic is in fourth position. Troy, who's started to stumble a bit slightly in the championship, but he is fifth at the moment with Sully in 8 points away from Troy. Julian in seventh. Chazza has had a good couple of weeks there in the Red Boys. Now moved out to eighth. And Crazy Bill in ninth position, and German completes the top 10 along with Milan, both on 37 points. But remember, German is injured at the moment, and I don't think he's not racing here tonight either, unfortunately. Relegation zone looks like this. Black Box, who is who's only joined our Haas a couple of, just over a week or two ago, but he's on 2 points at the moment. And Clarkey on 0 points, he'll be joining later on in the session. Mr. Rage, another driver who only joined Ferrari back in the French Grand Prix, so only 2 rounds ago, also in the relegation zone as well. Knowlesy is 8 points outside of that moment, and Scotty, who's in 16th position as it stands then. In the Constructors' Championship, McLaren leads on 147 points from the Williams team in second position. McLaren going for their second straight Constructors' Championship in a row. Remember that they was quite impressive last season, weren't they? And they're just as impressive this season as well, McLaren are, and marching on to have their second Constructors' Championship in as many years as well. Williams are in second, and Ferrari are in third position. Mercedes 62 points behind the Ferrari team. Then we've got an almighty scrap between Mercedes, Alfa Romeo and Aston Martin. 8 points separates these three teams. Alfa Romeo in fifth, Aston Martin are in sixth. And seventh position is the Red Bull team. Eighth position is the AlphaTauri. Alpine are in ninth, and Haas have got over the 20-point barrier mark now, and they are on 23 points. Good stuff indeed for the Haas team. However, that is quite a low number. The Haas team need to really pull up their socks as we are on round 15, which is quite a way into the season now. In the joint constructors, Ferrari leads 143.5 points from McLaren in second. AlphaTauri in third, only 10 points away from the McLaren team. So McLaren need a good result tonight, don't they? Really need a good result tonight, don't they? If they want to extend the lead over AlphaTauri. Alpine are in fourth position. That incredible 1-2 last night for AlphaTauri. For the Alpine, I should say, has moved away from the Alfa Romeo team with Red Bull in sixth position. 1 point behind the Red Bull team is the Haas team. Mercedes are in eighth position. Ninth is Williams, and Aston Martin. It completes the top 10 teams, of course, said, because there's only 10 teams in the Formula 1 World Championship at the moment. Then in Division 2 at the moment, this is how it's done. Then Boxtel will be racing here tonight. It was 13 points in front of V Robbie in second position. A brilliant drive from V Robbie last night to win, and is now up into second position with Menace Max dropping down the third. Swift Ninja slightly dropping back now, and is he out of the championship? Well, I can't say that for sure because he's only 43 points away from the top three, but they're starting to break away now. Dalton there, who's really been a revelation since dropping down to Division 2. Fantastic stuff indeed there. In Division 3, it is Cowie at the moment who is leading the championship, but KD has KD's only 9 points back at the moment. With Gamer in third position, 16 points adrift, and he did win on Friday. Gamer did, though, didn't he? So hopefully he can get himself back in there. Relegation zone at the moment there is Shane Slayer and Deacon. In the Division 4 Championship, Nigel's now got a massive 47-point lead over Adam in second position, with Bradfield in the promotion spots at the moment. Wilson only 6 points away from Bradfield. He's had a bit of a renaissance, hasn't he, since a difficult start of the season. Slayer in the relegation zone at the moment, but he's only just joined the Williams team, hasn't he, with Senna and also McEntee also down in the bottom three as well. In Division 5 at the moment, we have Gordo and Starbus. Goodness me, it's a dead heat in Division 5. Fantastic. With Florin 33 points away at the moment, but Florin also is starting to march back up there as well. Starbus 35 points away from Florin in the in just outside the top three. Relegation zone, Broke Gorilla and -3 points for Storm and Liam D. So that's not looking too fruitful for them. Then Division 6, then it is looking like this. Then we got 15 points separates Bob and Dynamo Dan. Dynamo Dan had a bit of a nightmare, I think, earlier on this week, didn't he? And that has allowed Bob then to sneak away by 15 points. Right, J-Dog completes the top three. 30 points away from J-Dog is Paul. In the relegation zone is Ballistics on 0 points, Winnie on -2, and Natty, who has left the championship, on -3. In Division 7, last but not least, is Ashtu 54 points in front of Beady Rabbit in second position, with Bad Payaso dropping down into third. And there you have it then. Those are all 7 divisions as well. As out of the pits comes Wilson, and this is Wilson's first drive ever in Division 1 then. So good stuff indeed there for Wilson. Let's see how he gets on, shall we then? All right, then, let me get up the old telemetry. Oh, there we go. Lovely stuff indeed then. So it's Epic the Animal is the first driver out on circuit. Thank you very much to Wilson, who's given me 100 bits. Well, I should say the channel rather than me. We've also got, and also Hyperdrive, I just confirmed it's dry, which is unusual around here, isn't it? Goodness gracious me. I'm sure it's a fake, Danger Times is saying. I would say that as well, to be honest, because I don't believe it's dry here in Spa, because it's got its own weather system, hasn't it, around here? When you're in Spa, you always seem to get weather, you always seem to get some kind of rain. Danger Times referring back to Austria, where it seemed to be dry, but it was anything but dry, wasn't there? As it was a spring, it was quite damp out there indeed. Then talking to Danger Times, here he is then at the no, sorry, we're not talking, Danger Times not out on circuit just yet, but talking to Danger Times then, 7 podiums this season, 5 Grand Prix wins as well in 14 starts. He's been driver of the day twice, hasn't he? Danger Times, I've forgotten it was something about then, shocking behaviour. Of course, in his career, that moves him up to 7 wins then. He's had 2 pole positions as well, but he's had 15 podiums. He is very much on form run. He's only had 3 DNFs in his entire career in 31 starts, so that's pretty impressive indeed there for Danger Times. Fantastic indeed. Here comes Epic. He is 4th in the title race at the moment. He needs to start to really get a clean pair of heels on the go, though, doesn't he, Epic? Unfortunately, Epic in the last 2 races only scored 1 point. He's been on the lower end of the points tally so far. Brittany only got 5 points, and in the Australia got 4th position. Good stuff indeed there, but he only got 10th position in France. And last time out, he didn't even make it to the finish. So Epic needs to get himself back on the score sheet properly as we come up into Lake Com. We got some. Of course, I've already mentioned about Wilson making his debut for the first time ever. Oh, Epic's gone a bit too, he's hugged the curve there a bit too much there at the top of Lake Holm, and because of that, he has invalidated his time, unfortunately, and he's going to be having a slap on the wrist. So we go from one Williams to another. Here's Boxtel, lovely helmet design indeed down for Boxtel, who has become a bit of a permanent fixture in Division 1 then, and I think it's just the sign of potentially for maybe the next season, really, isn't he? Because he hasn't missed a race since the Monaco Grand Prix, and in those and he's had a Grand Prix win, and he's been on the podium 4 times as well. Boxtel has there. Of course, he's Division 2 championship leader at this moment in time. Boxtel really, he's been really impressed indeed. Love the helmet, by the way, as well. Fantastic stuff indeed. As we are going to the Dutch Grand Prix in a couple, next week as well, aren't we? Of course, in Zandvoort, and our adventure starts tomorrow night then with Division 7, of course, and of course the Realistic League, which I believe Dylan will be taking us through to the Realistic League coming up tomorrow night as well. So good stuff indeed. A great battle, didn't we? Absolutely great stuff indeed. The Realistic League is, of course, and it's really the faster drivers or the higher ranked drivers are in the slower cars, and lower ranked drivers are in the faster cars and all kind of stuff, and it really balances up quite nicely indeed. Boxstyle set the fastest time so far in this qualifying session there, with good stuff indeed there as he comes out of Lathos. Lovely. Who else have we got on debuting tonight? And Carboy is not debuting, of course. I think he's one of the most experienced drivers on the field, on the grid at the moment now, doing a good. I think the Carboy is not really. It's had a struggling season, but I absolutely commend this man for sticking with it. He's gone with it quite nicely indeed there. Here's Pillars, and let's talk about Pillars. He was on pole position last time out, and we finally got Pillars maybe back in his rightful position. Look, the yellow helmet as well. Comes across the line, second fast for Pillars, 2 tenths second away. We haven't seen the best of Pillars at all this season, but he got a podium, he got second position, and he got pole position last time. So it's great to see Pillars back where he belongs, in my opinion. We haven't seen the absolute best of Pillars yet this season, but we definitely did in the Hungarian Grand Prix. It was good to see as well. Soft full fast at the moment on the medium compound tyres, of course. So what about Wilson then? There's Wilson there. This is his first qualifying session in Division 1. Looking to see if we have any more debutants there. Charles has decided to change his game of attack. He's now SBS said. I'm not sure if that's a bank or not then, but whatever the case may be, we certainly know that Chaza is in the Red Bull, nonetheless his teammate tonight is V. Robbie. And Ange has gone at full fastest then. Beautiful stuff there from Andej. Let's take a look at his teammate though, who is Mr. BT. I'm not sure if that's British Telecoms or something else, but whatever the case may be, he is in the Alfa Romeo. He's super subbing tonight for Sally. Oh, and he's off the circuit. I apologise at the Fania chicane. Mr. BT, who unfortunately has had a bit of a spin there, and that is such a shame indeed. Clark said, Sean is back. I love you, Sean. Thank you very much, Paula. I love you too, my good man. We've also got Menace Max. Evening. Good evening to you, Menace Max. Vintage. Evening. Or good evening to you, Vintage as well. Mr. BT. On a bit of a trip there, but Mr. BT making. I think this is. I'm sure this is his first race of his entire hyperdrive HDE career. So I don't think he's racing any other leagues so far. And so good stuff did that. But it's first time here tonight in Division 1. So it's a baptism of fire. Epic has decided to use the support pit lane now. He comes, but he's in fast as well now. He's 4 tenths a second in front of Box Tadman. Good grief, man. That's night and day in a Formula 1 car. Pretty impressive. Wilson has gone onto a 45-1 at the moment. Now Wilson's in the Ferrari. Love the helmet design from Tygo here. That is absolutely beautiful. I love that. Fantastic 17 that. I will be hoping for. I reckon at the end of the season we should do a best helmet award, shouldn't we? Absolutely stunning 17 that. I think KD's helmet though, realistically on last Monday, I don't think anyone could top that really. But that's a beautiful helmet. I love the black and red there of Tygo. Coming out last horse, he's third fastest. I got a bit of indigestion. That teaches me for having a cheeky sausage roll before coming on there. Here comes Blaze, and he's second in the title at the moment. Now he's got 3 wins, and he's got the same amount of podiums as his teammate. McLaren are not too clever in qualifying, are they? If they don't mind me saying so. However, race tune, they're pretty good indeed. They've only had 1 pole position between them. Blaze and Danger Thomas. Blaze got that pole position way back in at China of round 2. They haven't been on pole position since the McLaren team, but however, I don't think they're going to be too concerned about that, because all they're going to be concerned by is, of course, is the points as well. And of course Blaze and David Thomas heading up, and look at this, and as Blaze has got a beautiful slipstream here from his teammate Danger Times at the top of the hill. Even though the championship rivals, that is incredible to see, I think, because I wouldn't be giving my teammate I will be giving my teammate a toe, but I wouldn't be giving my teammate a toe if I was in a championship battle with my teammate then. So interesting stuff there from the McLaren team, even though they're challenging for the championship to become the first ever champions of well, not the first ever champions, but the first time that one of these two are going to be the world champions then of a hyperdrive season of hyperdrive Division 1. I wouldn't really be helping my teammate out there personally. And coming to the Fania chicane as well. Mr. BT had a moment there last time out then. Mr. BT, of course, has just at 10th finish when we've had half the grid of set times so far. The other half haven't. We got Clarkey out on that circuit as well. So Clarkey did actually join before we got going. So good stuff did that for Clarkey. A lot of cars are out on circuit, and then 17 cars are out on circuit. It's the longest circuit on all the Formula 1 calendar. But they will trip over each other because all the drivers want the same piece of tarmac, don't they? Which which is just standard stuff. Is there? We've got 22 laps then for the Grand Prix at South Venice. Coming across the line is Blaze. He goes 6th fastest on medium tyres. That's the highest runner on the medium tyres, though. Clarkey looks like he sounds like that car is not sounding like it's firing on all cylinders there, is it? There, Clarkey is crawling there. There's a Ferrari in the butt just behind him as well. Troy on medium tyres as well, as is Danger Times. It's interesting to see how many drivers are on the medium tyres, to be fair. I'm quite surprised, really, with the with no rain expected. I thought they'd be going for soft tyres then for this qualifying session there, just to try and get out of qualifying one here. Troy, he's was a bit. He did get a podium in Austria, hasn't he? But yeah, Troy has stumbled a bit in the and of course he didn't restart in France, and he only got a point in Hungary as well, and no points in Britain. So Troy is starting to stumble a bit, but he's still in 5th position in the championship there, which is absolutely fantastic. 17 days, been one of the revelations for me in this championship this season, doing a great job indeed. I got oh my gosh, oh dear, oh my word. And here he is now. Troy is, and of course the super Swede then in the Aston Martin car. I love the helmet design as well. There's a lot of good helmet designs going on as well, isn't there? Of course, we also had a announcement earlier on about F1 22, not for F1 2022. It's just F1 22 now. So EA put their own stamp on the game then, which is looking good. Out 1st of July, I believe it is, Ed. So. Yeah, I'm going to have to start to really get cooking now for plans for next season and all that kind of stuff. So that's going to get it's going to get very good indeed. Of course, there's also going to be an inclusion of sprint races in that game as well. I would hazard a guess. I haven't really looked at about the game details much at all, to be fair. Troy goes 7th fastest in the Aston Martin, also on medium tyres. As I said earlier on, I'm surprised about how many people is on the medium compound tyres at this moment in time. Got Chaza, who is just going through Blanchimont at the moment. Someone has just popped. The Danger Times just popped himself into the 5th position. Pillar is still in a superb 4th position. We've got V. Robbie across the line. He has now just displaced Danger Times. Williams in the background there, who I think is just starting their lap. It is Boxtow who is just starting his lap. We're leaving to it for the minute. And from one box to another. It's now a black box we're on board with. And here he is in the Haas car coming out of Paul Frere. Or lovely helmet, by the way. Scotty's just a further on in front. Clarkey's invalidated this time. Chaza is not started his. Well, it's not completed a time yet. He breaks into the bus stop chicane. It used to be a bus stop. It's not anymore because they've kind of butchered that old bus stop, unfortunately. I don't like the new bus stop chicane personally. Chaza goes at 10th fastest. Good hustle indeed for Chaza. What about Scotty across the line? He is 2nd fastest. Scotty is so he's going to be overjoyed with that, I'm sure of it. Black box going into 6th fastest in the Haas car as well. Knowlesy off screen has just gone into 16th fastest. Remember, it's 15th and above to clear the bar of qualifying 1. So Knowlesy has got a bit of work to do, as has Wilson and Mr. BT. Then we'll see how good Mr. BT goes. Clarkey at the top of the hill at Lake Com. He is on a lap at the moment. Milan is also starting a lap as well. Of course, one of the best qualifiers in Division 1, Milan is there. So we'll see how well he goes. Of course, it is Sligo with the most pole positions by quite a number, actually. 7 pole positions for Sligo. And look at Clark, he's basically off the circuit there. That's incredible how much grip he got on the grass as well. Incredible there for Clarkey. Magnificent. Yellow flags coming out of Paul Frere there, but or is it Stavelo? I get those two corners completely mixed up every single time. You would think I'd just probably look at them up, really, but there we go. Clarkey, who is now cut up into Sector 2, 14-3 so far. Epic has retired from the session, but he is in the pits. I think he is in the pits. He has put his feet up in the pit lane and got out the newspaper. I'm not sure if anyone uses it as newspaper anymore. Probably more likely he's got out his phone and maybe reading the world of maybe just having a look and seeing what's going on in the world then. Clarkey is not going to be thinking about what's going on in the world right now. All he's going to be thinking about is trying to get this car across the line as quickly as possible. Out of the final turn for Clarkey, 8th fastest. Clarkey has got speed, hasn't he? But him and Haas do need to get some points on the board now. This is round 15 out of a 23-round season. It was meant to be 24, but Russia has been removed from the calendar, unfortunately. Or fortunately, depending on your stance of things. But I personally, from just a race point of view, I do quite well around there. So selfishly I was a bit disappointed, but we now got a 23 race, and we do have a week break, of course, which Dylan, remember that Dylan is going to be doing an experiment, I think, on the Sunday, where Division 1 was probably going to Right, Division 1 normally race. So I think anyway you have to quote it with Dylan himself. But remember that the Gran Turismo. Oh, Wilson spun the car at the top of the hill at Lake Com, and he was a bit too greedy there, wasn't he? He's had a lot of action points up there, Wilson. That's it. He's been involved in a lot of action at the top of Lake Com, and of course Bradfield has as well. That is a very cheeky swipe, Bradfield at the top of the hill. Wilson struggling to was it a swipe? I'm not too sure. Personally, I must admit I'm pretty poor at I'm pretty poor with the old instance and stuff. I stay well away from it, but it looked very brutal from Bradfield's point of view. That just watching Crazy Bill currently down in 16th position there. He needs to find a bit more time out of this Alpine, otherwise he is going to be exiting at stage left. KD, hello, good evening to you, KD. Baguette, evening, good evening to you, Baguette as well. And Vamos Robbie, she is saying at the moment, who is currently 7th on the grid, or 7th in this session, I say. Then of course we got 3 qualifying sessions there for the Belgian Grand Prix here tonight. Then of course it is qualifying 1, 18 minutes, qualifying 2, then only 15 minutes, and qualifying 3, 12 minutes. Qualifying 3 sets the top 10, qualifying 2 sets 11th down to 15th, and this first qualifying session sets 16th to 20th on the grid. Oh, and Baguette said, and Scotty, of course. Thank you very much. Then I hope I enjoy your company. Now keep your comments coming in, ladies and gentlemen. If you have any interesting facts to share with me, then go for it as well, because I think every day is a learning day, isn't it? I absolutely love I do love finding out bits and pieces. Wilson has done 4 laps on those soft tyres. So goodness gracious me, then I think he must be paying for his tyres in that Ferrari garage tonight. Then of course he's sort of been in for a sly guy who has had to pull out last minute, unfortunately. Just watching Mr. BT. I really want to know what BT stands for. I wonder if it is like British Telecom. Do you reckon he works for BT? Oh, goodness me. I better not tell him I'm a Sky man, because otherwise I might be in a bit of trouble there. Well, in terms of in the old interweb connection, anyway, I'm certainly a Sky man. But yeah, I wonder what that stands for there. Anyway, whatever the case may be, this is we're instead of talking about look at that, he's almost 10 seconds up in the second split time. But Mr. BT, this is full table tonight in Hyperdrive. So let's see how he gets on then. His first lap was compromised because he had a bit of a spin, didn't he? So the Alfa Romeo driver going for a second time run now on fresh soft tyres as he is now coming up into the bus stop chicane and getting the car slowed down to just 50 miles an hour before getting back on the throttle. Accelerates away, DRS right on the money across the line. Mr. BT, goodness gracious me, he's got pace, you know, the debutant has. That's fantastic. Car 88, then it just looks right, doesn't it? Because I think Robert Kubica had car 88, didn't he? We got Bill Alver, the Alafon turn as well then, and of course he has now gone 5th fast as well. Is this driver evolution or evolution, or is this track evolution? And whatever the case may be, some drivers there might be tearing up a bit here. Clark is retired from the session as well. I wonder if that might be a bit too premature here. We'll find out then. Wilson across the line. Wilson goes into 18th position there. The checker flag is now fluttering in the wind here. Knows his starting lap then, so is Milan as well. What about Chaza? Chaza also on a quick, also starts up. Goodness gracious me. So who's the first driver? I think it's Slough, isn't it? It is Slough, you know. Absolutely good stuff indeed there. And now here comes Slough then out of the bus stop chicane. And don't climb those curbs too much there, because they will just spit you out and spin you around. Slough 9 fastest there. V. Robbie and Clarkey. I wonder if they're going to be in a bit of trouble here, because I think the track evolution around here is quite steep at the moment. I'm looking for a... That's Wilson. Oh, goodness me. He's got off at the top of the hill, and he's doing a 3-point turn there. Fernando Alonso crashed there in 2010, so Wilson's in good company. Oh, I don't think he crashed there. He just spun. And we've got Milan then just accelerates away in sector 2. All done and dusted. He has just got one more decision to make then, and that is at the bus stop chicane. Of course, he comes through Blanchemont, which is not really well, it's a corner still, obviously, but it's not as much a challenge that it used to be there. For anyone that's just joining in, Scotty is oh goodness me. Scotty is asking Paige to kindly move along, as I think that there's a bit of banter between those two. Mr. BT is retired from the session. Milan 8th fastest in the Alpha Tauri. Is that safety through? It is at the moment, you know. Good stuff. Oh, Cart Boy's invalidated his time, and that could be curtains for Cart Boy. Someone has just popped themselves up quite high indeed there, and I'm trying to figure out who's next then. And Blaze is in the drop zone along with Andenge. Then we've got Andenge coming out of the final turn now. And what can Andenge do? And Andenge goes up to second position, and Blaze cross the line. Blaze goes 6 fast. There's going to be some tears, I think, in this one. Danger Times then slowing the car down. Carboy out of qualifying, unfortunately. What about Troy? Cross the line. Troy comes. Troy goes through. Clarkie's out of qualifying. V Robbie's out of qualifying as well, I guess. And Danger Times as fast as here. Oh goodness me, I thought that they might have retired too early, you know, and that has exactly been the case then. V Robbie and Clarkie are out of qualifying. Oh goodness me. Oh dear then, and that Danger Times that ends that session fastest then. And I think that someone said earlier on then that it's Danger Times, isn't it, saying that he doesn't believe the weather. And look how dull it's got over there. Goodness gracious me. So we've Wilson out of qualifying, and we've got Knowlesy also down in 19th position as well. 18th position is Cartboy. He invalidated his final time, so we didn't see what Cartboy had in the tank, unfortunately. Clarkie and V Robbie retired from the session, and that has cost them a chance to go into qualifying 2 here tonight then. So that's a big shame for those two drivers, and perhaps he was a bit too impatient there. Knocked down Q1, embarrassing, really embarrassing, Clarkie is saying then. And at Danger Times there is loving life very time for second in front of Epic, with Andenge in third position. We're focused on the bottom 5 on there. Wilson out of qualifying along with Knowlesy down in 19th position. That is row 10. Row 9 is Carboy and Clarkie, and then V Robbie sets up half of row 8 then as we proceed into qualifying 2 of the Belgium Grand Prix. Well, next week, of course, we are going to the Dutch Grand Prix in Zandvoort. I really enjoy Zandvoort. It's an old school track, isn't it? It really punishes you. We are in the mix of a couple of really good classic tracks, haven't we, on the calendar? We just come from Hungary, gone to Belgium here tonight. We've had some cracking races over the week, haven't we? We go to Zandvoort next week. Then we go to the Italian Grand Prix as well. And then we have a week's break then, as Russia's been taken off of the calendar, which is a shame then. Mr. BT, a crazy nervous lap from me then. As Scotty is saying then, Golden Boy, how's your Golden Boy Baguette? Down there in 16th position. Ruthless stuff indeed. As Baguette still looking good then. So BT's lap is nervous, and I'm really worried to see, am I worried? No, I'm excited to see what he's going to do when he's not nervous. Good stuff indeed there. We've also got Hyperdrive saying the best part of the calendar. This is the best part of the calendar. It's the best. It really is, isn't it? I do love the this part of the championship's fantastic. It's very much old schooly, isn't it? This part is, isn't it? From Silverstone, we got Canada, Silverstone, Austria, miss out France, Hungary, Belgium, Netherlands, and Italy. I love those sections of races. Absolutely good stuff indeed. Right, drivers coming out quite early on here. Then, as I've mentioned, it has got very grey over it, doesn't it? Epic the Animal, who he's always out there first, isn't he? There, he's not a man to hang around, is he? Epic, isn't there? He doesn't like waste any time. He just likes to get his business done, come back in the pits there, and put his feet up then in the Williams garage then. Anyway, yeah, going back to the Formula 1 22 game, of course. Potentially next season we'll be having some sprint races, won't we? Which will be interesting. I'm not sure what the admin's take on that is, but I would assume then that all divisions will probably have a sprint race along the line somewhere. Personally, I don't like the sprint race format. But we did see in Imola, it does really cause some good racing, doesn't it? Every now and again. Of course, unfortunately, it was a bit of a nightmare week for Ferrari, wasn't it? Good gracious me, going Leclerc spinning, and of course, Charles Leclerc getting it nerfed off by Danny Ricciardo, unfortunately. I should have said, spoiler alert, if anyone's not watched the Grand Prix, I apologise profusely now, because that was shocking behaviour by myself. Now I'm going to say it now, spoiler alert for the Emmanuel Romero Grand Prix, or the San Marino Grand Prix for anyone who's traditional, like me. So it was a bit of a nightmare, day, wasn't it? But I think that Valtteri Bottas was probably my driver of the day. Absolutely supreme stuff indeed. Actually, Tsunoda as well. So we've gone from overcast, and now we've got a bit of sunshine bursting out from behind Epic's viewpoint. When it comes across the line to start a lap now, we're going to last horse hairpin. And then going away and up this obviously onto Eau Rouge and Radion there. Because this track is incredible, isn't it? Because it's like a roller coaster. This track is you just go flying up, down, left to right. Absolutely beautiful stuff indeed then. And here we go, front the top of Eau Rouge now, and through Radion there. Apologies, I was getting rid of all my notifications there, and I was a bit too slow on that. Leclerc was just too greedy, should have taken the 15 points. Because of saying it, yeah, Wilson. I think I do agree with Don completely. Yeah, I think that I'm wondering if Leclerc should have probably just set it fair and just got a podium round. I wonder how costly those 7 points that he lost in today's race are going to be. Well, of course we cannot find out. We won't be able to find out until probably the end of the season, maybe. Well, I think that at the moment the Red Bull are the quicker car in the real world of Formula One at this moment in time. But good stuff from both Red Bulls, of Perez and Verstappen. Absolutely control the way sweetly indeed then. Charles, I must admit I was a bit like everyone else. I was expecting this ball rain to come really. The rain was meant to come in 30 minutes after the start of the race, then and then another 10 minutes, in the end it started to rain about 2 laps before the end there, didn't it really, which is standard stuff in Formula 1, isn't it, where you always seem to be watching the weather radar indeed then. But yeah, I think it's good stuff actually. There are only 2 retirements in the Grand Prix, in the Formula 1 the Grand Prix as well, so very good stuff from the drivers out there in very difficult conditions. Right, as you're just watching Epic, who is just going through Blanchimont as well as a Ferrari, I think, and the only Ferrari left in the qualifying session is Tygo. He got well out of the way of Epic then, so good stuff indeed. Out of the final turn, and Epic goes across the line under the 42.137 to start our journey in qualifying 2 here. We've got a very slow Mercedes there, haven't we? Goodness gracious me. We've got as a blame Milan. Oh no! And Milan has gone into the pit wall, has he? I think he has, you know. And Milan there has done a David Coulthard and he's gone into the pit entry here. And oh no! And he's blocked the pit lane. That'll be a red flag in the real world of Formula 1 there, because he's completely blocked the pit lane. Albeit I'm not sure how the cars get back in the pits there. But Milan has made a horrific error here. He's come into the pit lane and into the wall and blown his chance of maybe a pole position for the AlphaTauri team tonight. Absolutely horrific stuff there from Milan, and he is going to be kicking himself for that one. Boxall's gone third fast and said, whilst all that was going on. Boxall, the final turn then, and he is now the well, I don't think that time is very representative of what Boxall can do. And also, Andenge has had a trip somewhere. He's lost a part of the end plate on that front wing there, and unfortunately he is at major, and unfortunately he's going to have to come in and get some repairs. At the moment, my headset's just falling off me. Yeah, that's not good, is it? Back on board Tiger, probably the best helmet design on the field at the moment there. Goodness, great, good stuff indeed. We have got Knowlesy saying, hello Sean, I'm out. That's a shame there, Knowlesy. Unfortunately, unfortunately I did spot that, which is unusual for me because normally I don't spot many things that goes on in this crazy world of Formula 1. I should probably be more of a snooker commentator, really, shouldn't I, rather than a Formula 1 commentator. There we go. No disrespect to the snooker commentators, but it's a bit more of a leisurely pace as Tygo has got a bit squirrely on the old rear there and has lost an abundance amount of time, and unfortunately that's not good at all. And both Mercedes has taken a shortcut somewhere, and that is such a shame. And we've also got one of the McLarens also taking a shortcut as well. They're starting to push, aren't they? They're starting trying to push these cars a bit to the limit and beyond, and unfortunately the cars are not being too compliant at the moment, and they've all invalidated their times. And Milan, what have you done there, Kez is saying? We've got serious mission, and you can't park there, sir. I also enjoyed Hamilton being lapped. How fortunes have turned, and it's fascinating. It is a fascinating, Katie is saying it. I think, I'm not sure if that's fascinating about Milan's era or about Hamilton being lapped there. It's incredible, isn't it? Like, I remember in a similar thing that happened in 2005 as well, after years and years of dominance from the Ferrari team, and in 2005 their car was pretty horrific to start the season off, weren't they? I think it was the Bridgestone tires just didn't work with the Ferrari at all, did they? But the Ferrari, very luckily, they did get a win that season, albeit very controversially in that 2005 United States Grand Prix. Yeah, so something very similar is happening with the Mercedes team at the moment. But of course, remember, Ferrari did turn it around towards the end of that season. And so I wonder if Mercedes may do the same thing as well. Never count them out, the Mercedes. On board with Troy at the moment. Now, of course, talking about Mercedes, both Mercedes aren't set times just yet on set times yet here either, because of Scotty and Pillars have had some gremlins, haven't they, to start their session off at the moment there. So just now flicking it through Puyol now. Kessler saying, let's go, Troy Goat then. 6-3 wings isn't very compliant. Wasn't very compliant last night, Menace Mike was saying. I think the Menace Mike still got a podium though, didn't you? So it was, even though I think that it was the Alpine team that got a 1-2 there. And hang on, let me get my fingers out, because I'm sure that how many 1-2s we last season when I was broadcasting for ALR, I'm sure there was, I don't think there was even a 1-2, but this season we've got one for McLaren in this Division 1. We've got two in Division 2 now. Alpine have had 1-2, and Ferrari have had 1-2 as well. No 1-2s in Division 3. A 1-2 for Ferrari in Division 4. A 1-2 for Alpine in Division 5. A 1-2 for the McLaren team in Division 6 as well. And 1-2 for Red Bull and for the Haas team in Division 7. Yeah, a lot of 1-2s this season. Incredible stuff indeed there. Troy may be the GOAT, but he is kind of crawling back to the pits at the moment. So we're going to stick with Andench on this. The track is pretty quiet out there at the moment, and Andench coming at the top of the hill. As we got Hyperdrive saying that, Wilson saying that he's on 9.9 max, laugh out loud then. KD saying he's more of a GOAT then, of course, KD, who is now really starting to put the pressure on Cowie in the Division 3 title race. I absolutely love it. Don saying that Russell doing a better job than Hamilton. He showed today, didn't he? That McLaren, that Mercedes, then when it's in clear air, is an okay car, but Hamilton just didn't. He reminded me of Bottas really from last season, really, but I'm not sure if that's an unkind comparison, really, wasn't it? Where Bottas, when he was stuck in midfield, he went nowhere, and unfortunately that was the same for Hamilton tonight. Today, but whether that was down to the car or not, that remains to be seen, of course. And I think. It's a bit of both, really, wasn't there? But Russell had a absolutely superb start then, wasn't he? Very brave indeed going into turn 1 in those slippery conditions. Fantastic stuff there for George Russell. Yeah, thumbs up indeed then. As Menace Strike saying, it will feel a lot nicer. I tried the straight line speed, but I did it badly last night. And out to the final turn then for Andes. Across the line, he goes second fastest, just a whisker in front of his teammate. I say a whisker, he's about a 9/10 of a second in front of Mr. BT at the moment. Now, of course, Mr. BT making his debut tonight, so not a familiar name then in the Hyperdrive streams then, but hopefully he will be a familiar. Hopefully, the driver of BT will be a familiar name for. Hopefully be a familiar name from here on in then. Pillars out on medium tires. Well, remember, if you get into the top 10 in this qualifying session, you must start on the tires which you set your fastest time on, of course. That rule is being dropped for next season, so that rule will not be applied next season. Next season at 2022, of course. Just watching Danger Time saying out of the bus stop chicane, and here is the championship leader. 5 Grand Prix wins so far this season. He's got 7 in total in his career now. He is on pole position now. No, he isn't. He is fast in this qualifying at 2 session now by 0.2 of a second. Blazer starters that then. Chaz are flicking past it at the top of the hill. We got Pillars, who is now starting the descent down now. And we've got Baguette saying that the copy of my strat here, Keza was saying then. She was saying to Keza then, goodness gracious, but I think I've missed a bit of the conversation now, so I might have to scroll back up in a minute. We've got Pillars going through Puyol as well. Or is it Puyol? No, listen, Puyol is a Spanish centre-back, a legendary Spanish centre-back as well, isn't he? Carlos Puyol. Back in my day, during the war and all that kind of stuff, as I sound very old indeed. Now, Puyol, a very good centre-back indeed, was of course. Barcelona and Spanish legend. Here comes Pillars. Of course, as we mentioned last time out, he's really good, wasn't he? Pillars was in the Hungarian Grand Prix. Absolutely superb stuff indeed there, Pillars. It's great to see him back at the top there. He is down in 15th for the moment, Pillars is there. Let's see, he did show some spark of pace, didn't he, in qualifying 1. Oh, that bus stop chicane then, and that Ayrton Senna inspired crash. I absolutely love it. Across the line now, goes full fast as Pillars does. He's the quickest on the medium tires. Epic is retired from the session. I wonder if that is going to be a mistake. Remember that V. Robbie was one of the victims, wasn't he, from qualifying at 1. Unfortunately, that retired from the session and way too early, in my opinion. But of course, I'm saying that now because I don't have a crystal ball. Chaz are going third fastest in the Red Bull Honda car. Of course, there's the last couple of races. We're going to see the Honda on the back of that Red Bull before it becomes the Red Bull Power Trains for next season, albeit it's still a Honda, but it's just rebadged as Red Bull. Blaze goes faster, 2/10 second in front of his teammate. Danger times here. Good stuff indeed. I think we're just in a Ferrari. We have seen a Ferrari of Tiger going up into 5th fastest in the Ferrari. And good stuff indeed there for Tiger once again, showing he's got a burst of speed. Black box then on the lake course, cut up the Camel Straight, then up to the top of Lake Com. Then he's 2,000 a second up there. You're going into Lake Com. Goodness gracious me, got a Red Bull crawling then of Chowser, and that is too much curb there for Black Box. Has invalidated his time. He is going to have another bite of cherry now. Scott just starting his lap, so we've also got BT just in front of us as well. Let's go on board now with BT as we go through Eau Rouge and Radion now. The Kez is saying that let's go Tiger then. KD, damn it, Black Box there. Black Box being a bit too greedy, but of course a man who's not being greedy then is Tiger, doing a great job in 5th position. Here's BT, 10th a second off at the 10th a second up in the first sector. Goodness gracious me. And just going down the hill as well then. Keza wants to see the GOAT, Troy. He's carrying on an outlap mode, Troy is, but he's just trundling on the Camel Straight, and we'll see him in action. He hasn't settled up just yet then, with a minute to go in this qualifying session. Out of the corner with no name, Mr. BT, and dropping down into a Puyog as well then. And I'm also looking very confused indeed then, as we've got Pillars has just called it a day in qualifying. Danger Times has called it a day as well. I think Pillars is going to be sweating on that one. I'm not sure if he's going to get through on those medium tyres there. Everyone is out on soft tyres there. No one's really keen on the medium tyres there. I think track position may be key here rather than the strategy, because of course I think that the softs to mediums or mediums to softs is going to be the straightforward. Tigers are mowing the grass there. Softs to mediums or mediums to softs is probably the way to go in this race, mainly because I don't think unless you get damage on the opening couple laps, and I don't think hard tyres is going to a realistic race tyre for me. The final turn for BT then. This is looking at a very tidy lap. It's 3rd fastest there for the Alfa Romeo. Lovely jubbly indeed. Scotty has just gone 7th fastest. Oh goodness me, as Mr. BT they're just crawling out of the way as well. Boxtel has gone 3rd fastest. The Division 2 Championship leader, looking strong as ever, isn't he? Car 74 on the Williams there, and my goodness me, that man's a talent. Black Box at the top of the hill. Sloth on the lap. Crazy Bill coming out of the final turn of the bus stop across the line. He's 10th fastest. He's very vulnerable there, unfortunately, Bill is. So I'm not sure if he's going to be able to keep that position there. We're on board now with a Black Box. He invalidated his first lap, didn't he? And as now just coming out of Fania chicane as well. Keza BT, a beast. He is indeed. I wonder if that's what the B stands for. Beast. It may not be British after all. We have also got Katie asked what happened to Milan. Unfortunately, Keza pointed out he crashed in the pit lane. He did a David Coulthard. He's of course, there's been a lot of other drivers that crashed in the pit lane as well. I remember quite vividly Farf crashed in the pit lane. I also remember Welsh Maranada crashing in the pit lane as well. So it's happened to race winners as well. Of course, Milan is a Grand Prix winner in of his own right. Here's Black Box out of the final turn, and let's see what he does as it comes across the line. The checker flag is fluttering the air. Black Box has not gone through here. He is out of qualifying. He's a length on the grid. Pillars out qualifying as well, as is Milan. We've already mentioned Milan there had a issue there, as SXEX and it's just asked how as the Division 2 drivers getting on. Then Boxtal is currently 3rd fast, doing a good job. V Robbie unfortunately missed time qualifying. I think he thought he was safe and retired from qualifying 1, or maybe he didn't want to get through to qualifying 2 perhaps. Sloth is coming across the line. He goes 3rd fastest. Good time indeed there for Sloth. What about Troy out of the final turn as well, and he comes over the grid. Hatchet and Troy is over to 7th fastest. Good stuff indeed there for the Alpine driver. Oh gosh, I almost lost my voice. And Amdench is slowed right down. He doesn't want to get through into qualifying 3 here. Crazy Bill is also slowed down as well, and I think that is it for qualifying here. And Scotty also slowed down as well. You're a Division 2 driver then. Is Tygo is not fast, as I said. So yeah, Division 2 getting on very nicely indeed. And just as we're now just watching Scotty come back into pits then. So Scotty is through, Andenge, Crazy Bill and the Black Box all out of qualifying, along with Pillars and Milan as well then, unfortunately. So we're now going to be moving on into qualifying 3 then for the Belgian Grand Prix. So the king of qualifying, City Sly Guys, unfortunately not here tonight. So there's an opening now for one of the drivers there to steal his spot then, maybe for one night and one night only. But who will that be then? Well, Blaze has been on pole position before this season, and I think that's the only driver that's in qualifying 3 that has been on pole position. I tell a lie. It is also Epic the Animal who's had 3 pole positions as well. So yes, indeed. Then so we going to get a new pole set tonight, or is it going to be Epic, or is it going to be Blaze getting another pole position to their tally? Let's find out. Anyway, then, yeah, it says, oh, we got a pole for pole, then. Fantastic stuff, indeed, then. KD saying the next 2 races are going to be crucial for him, then. Indeed, it is. The championship is very much on the knife edge now, isn't it? But I think that... yes, of course. I think before he gets to the week break as well, I think to the next 2 races is going to be crucial for everyone. I would hazard a guess. Milan out of qualifying, he crashed in the pit exit, unfortunately. Pillars, the only driver trying to go through on the medium tyres. He's down in 14th there, Pillars. It's Black Box in 13th there. He made a mistake on his opening lap there, which may have cost him, I think. Crazy Bill 11th and Andenge in 11th as well. There's 2 11ths for today. As SXEX is saying in Adameria, saying not my strongest track at all. This and the rest of the track said Scotty isn't even worried there. As Menace Mike saying, same for me. This last part of my weakest tracks. Menace Mike is saying, and the pole for pole. Who do you think's going to be on pole there? Well, at the moment it's Blaze who's got 6 votes, and Danger Times 1 for Soft, 1 for Geordie, and none for Mr. BT at the moment. Well, that's a shame. Then I would vote for you, Mr. BT. Right then, as we're now 20 seconds into qualifying 3 here, and this is now going to be setting up the grid for the top 10 here in the Belgian Grand Prix. No one has gone off at the top of Radion yet. There, I am touching wood because, of course, oh goodness me, I am touching wood because we don't want to give anyone the infamous commentator's curse here. Here's Epic then. It's can Epic go back up in the third in the championship, which would be very good indeed. Then would it for Epic there? Of course, I think Epic would rather be a bit closer to Danger Times in the championship battle, but we still got quite a long way to go in the season. This is round 15, which normally, remember, back in the good old days, I think round 15 was even the last or second to last race there, wasn't it? Goodness gracious me, Baguette saying don't jinx it now. It's out there now, isn't it? And as soon as I started saying it, I was like, oh gosh, so that is really. I'm really pushing my luck, ain't I? We've got Epic there, who's just coming into the corner, no name, or is it the Jackie X turn now? I have no idea, to be honest. D'Ambrosio, in one of the practice sessions a few years ago on Sky Sports, said that it was the Jackie X turn, but I'm still calling it the turn with no name. But there we go. We got Epic then, who is just on an outlap. We've got outlets from Mr. BT and for Danger Times as well. All 7 cars are in the pits, and having said that, we've got a bit of a stampede there coming out of the pit lane. As I think it is Sloth and one of the Williamses was the other Williams, a box tower actually, because we're watching Epic on circuit as well. We've got Mercedes and Scotty also emerging out of the garage as well. So Epic then is just winding up there, and he is going to let it go, I think then. Hang on, let me read that better. Kaiden is saying then Chazza for the win. I apologise, I completely butchered your name. Horrific scenes indeed that. But I can't even say my name. So out of the final turn there for Epic across the line, and let's get going, shall we? And this is a lapper on the best circuit in the world. Spa has everything, doesn't it? Of course, a long straight then up into Lake Combs, and a hairpin like last source then, and the daunting Revolution Eau Rouge, which is not really too much of a turn these days, isn't there? However, Radion seems to be the issue, doesn't it? As we now flick up the oh no, and he's in the wall, and I think the animal is out of qualifying, and goodness me, And that's the first victim at the top of the hill. That's a horrific shunt. And Katie has in that. Sorry, I was reading Katie's quote there. But Epic the Animal out of qualifying. He's going to start at 9 for the maximum here. And that is a horrific shunt indeed. And I apologise profusely. My gosh, so that was quite a shocking crash indeed. Mr. BT at the top of the hill as well. Sean Jinks confirmed, I apologise profusely. Shocking behaviour by me. Let's move on, shall we? Hopefully Epic is not watching this because I'm not on his Christmas card list. Luckily, it's only April though, so hopefully I've got another 8-ish months or so to try and get back in his good books. Mr. BT, who is on a last moment, the debutant tonight, Mr. BT, has been absolutely revolution, hasn't he? He's doing an absolutely fantastic job indeed. Thank you very much, Kai Perry, who is our new follower. Sal55, and good stuff indeed. That Sal55, no, Virtual High Five, yeah, Virtual High Five indeed. Commentators, curse is real there. Yes, I'm very sorry. Let's not dob me in or anything with Epic. So let's just pretend I didn't say anything. BT then, who going back to BT, has been absolutely revolutionising. This man is fantastic, isn't he? This is his first race tonight, and my goodness me, he is absolutely supreme, isn't he? Look at him. Oh, yes, I think that we have a new star in our hands, don't we? Across the line he comes, he puts the first time on the board, and it's a 42.447 for the Alfa Romeo. Car 88, he's stolen the number of Robert Kubica. Oh, my gosh, they're fantastic. Danger Time's out the final turn then, and he goes pole position as well by almost a second from Mr. BT now. Tygo, he's off the circuit. He's had issues. Scotty's also visited the scenery as well out there. Goodness gracious me, what's going on here? I think that there might be a sprinkling of rain out there. Goodness gracious me. Hello, Equals as well. Oh, that's a shunt and a half there from Tygo. So that's 2 cars off in this qualifying free session there, and it was such a very clean session up until qualifying free. But that's what you love the helmet, by the way, from Scotty. Fantastic helmet indeed. Sloth has gone third fastest, and that is a beautiful. I love that helmet. That's amazing. We got a new best helmet, and Boxtel. I need to stop talking about helmets. Boxtel's gone second fastest. Sloth has gone fourth at the moment. So 4 drivers have set a time just so far. Scotty, who's now going to have to wind up and let it go again. So we're going to stick with Chaza for the minute then. He comes out of Pro Frere as well, and here he flies out onto the back straight then. Well, it's not really a straight, is it? Now here he goes then, and he is going to be pushing now until he gets to the bus stop chicane. However, he hasn't used any of his reserves whatsoever, so I think we're going to ignore him for the minute, don't we? Which is shocking. We shouldn't really ignore Chazza, should we? But we're going to for the minute. We're just going to stick with Blaze. Of course, he was on pole position, but he hasn't been on pole position since China, round 2 of the championship. Goodness me, many moons ago then. So can he get back on pole position here tonight? At the moment, Danger Times hasn't been on pole position yet this season. He's only got 2 in his whole career. Danger Times has then. So one lap there. So one lap. So Danger Times is not very strong in qualifying, is he there? But I say that a lot about a lot of the goods and greats of present and past of Formula 1 drivers. The final turn for Blaze head across the line, second fastest. He's 3 tenths of a second away from his teammate at the moment. Danger Times is very much on a roll. Troy goes into a superb 4th position. He's on the second round. The Aston Martin driver is car 17. Troy is of course a former silver champion is Troy, and wow, he is showing some pace tonight. So forget saying Scotty's helmet is the only part of him that's good. Then goodness gracious me. Yes, indeed. Then I'm trying to keep a innocent mind there. Scotty, who's coming onto the back straight as well, which is not a straight. I don't know why I call it a back straight, but he's on there. He's just got one more. He's got one more decision to make there, which is the breaker point into the bus stop chicane. Ken's saying Troy time with a goat. Fantastic. Into the final bus stop chicane moment. We're going to take a look at the pole in the minute and see who you think is going to be on pole for the Belgian Grand Prix. Alpha turns Scotty third. Yes, indeed, the Mercedes is looking well here tonight. And Scotty, very much there. When he's on circuit, he is quite a quick customer, isn't he? Scotty is there, but he does have a couple of DNFs, unfortunately, to his name now. I think he has 6 so far in his 8 Grand Prix in his in his career, which is such a shame now, because remember, he started off in a blaze of glory of the Haas team, getting most of Haas's points, actually. 15 points he scored for the Haas team, Scott, he did. Yeah, he does, but when but he just needs to keep on track, doesn't he? Troy just crawling back into the garage at the moment. Blaze is currently second, so it's an old McLaren 1-2 here. McLaren, of course, going for their second constructive championship, which only other team to do that is Renault. So, so McLaren is starting to become an esteemed company there. Of course, Renault have 3 Constructors Championships to their name now. McLaren won it last year, didn't they? Of course, very much German was one of the forefronts. That, and of course, German, the defending champion, who's had a pretty difficult season. Unfortunately, the season is just it's just been compelled to be more difficult with the injury. Unfortunately for German, he is down in 10th position in the championship mode. Unfortunately, German is there, but hopefully he can bounce back. And I apologise, Paige. Shocking behaviour by me. Yes, inappropriate behaviour, isn't there? I just need to grow up, don't I? Absolutely disgraceful. We got Mercedes. Right, let's go, Mercedes. Hopefully, no minus points. I say. If I can get my words out. So Katie's home for the same for the AlphaTauri team as well. I'm going to bring this up because minus points is it's so costly, isn't it? It's so costly for the teams, isn't there? Just taking a look at the Mercedes minus points this season. In Division 1 alone, then they've had 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 in goodness gracious me, 14 already, which is in this season alone now, which is pretty high indeed. So that 14 points could make or break a season. So that is quite horrific stuff indeed. And as we're just now watching Danger Times Ed, who is now starting to wind it up and let it go, as I've mentioned then. Let's take a look at the results first. And Blaze has got 7 votes, and Danger Times 2, Sloth 2, Geordie 1, and Mr. BT 1 as well. I wanted to vote for Mr. BT. I should have voted for Mr. BT. But shocking behaviour is Danger Times wandering very extremely to the outside part of the circuit. Now going into last source and out of the final turn. And away we go. Oh, goodness, we got a bit of a queue of cars that come out of the pit. Like, good grief. And Blaze has timed this absolutely spectacularly well done. Is he a bit too close, do you reckon there? Is this dirty air going to affect Danger Times at the top of the hill? Well, he's got a slipstream now. I think that is crackingly done there for the McLaren team. And once again, I'm surprised that the McLaren team are adopting the tow here, because if I was in the championship battle with my teammate, I would certainly not be doing that. But that is great teamwork indeed there. I absolutely love it. Fantastic stuff indeed there. Equals Sloth vote then. Good stuff indeed. Kev saying his danger still on the controller. I'm not sure, to be honest. He did start off on the controller, didn't he? Taking a lot of curve on the outside there. That's going to unsettle the car out of the turn with no name now. I don't actually know the answer to that, really. Oh gosh, I've just broke the stream. 1 second. There we go. Much better. We've got Danger Thomas head flicking out of Puyong as well. I still hold on. I hold on to whatever I'm sat on normally, usually the chair. When we go through Puyong, then of course there's now coming out then and over the curb. And now then is he coming into sector 2 now? This is very much an all or nothing lap here. He's 2 tenths a second up Danger Thompson there. You can very much see visibly he is pushing the McLaren to the absolute limit and beyond there. Both McLarens at the moment are looking absolutely sublime. It's back to 1998, isn't it? Goodness gracious me. I think he is looking at this on board insane now, Keza is saying. Out of the final turn then for Danger Times as well. I'm so impressed that the drivers at the peak of that car. Danger Times on pole position by half a second for the McLaren team. Magnificent stuff indeed. That was an absolute joy to watch indeed there. I'll come back to my point as well I was going to make before I interrupted myself there. So Sloth also on a lap as well. We've got a couple of yellow flags there, and now McLaren are going to do the opposite now, and Blaze is now going to get a toe off Danger Times here. So let's see. Danger Times is a bit Blaze is a bit close here. I don't think he's going to get the full front of the toe. He's not, is he? So he doesn't get as great as toe is what he gave to Danger Times. Box style 1500 a second up in the first split time. Yellow flag as Danger Times just get out of the way then. Look at that then. Exactly the same as someone else did that earlier on. Was that Clarkey? It was almost off the circuit going into Puyong. Incredible stuff indeed. Box style on his way. Yes, and as it comes in. I think he is looking at this on board insane. I love how the fact that the drivers at the top end of the of their craft on this game knows exactly what the drivers are on, if they're on their controller or if they're on a wheel. That I find that absolutely mega stuff indeed. That of course said I'm not at the top of the game. I'm probably lower than the bacteria. I'm probably lower than dirt. I'm probably I'm lower than whatever's lower than bacteria and dirt. But there we go. Right, we've got some box tower coming into the bus stop chicane as well. Incredible stuff indeed there. The final turn then, and let's see what box tower can do. Second on the grid there. He's on the front row here. Box Tal is there, and my goodness me! But look at the gap. Look at the gap. It's 0.4 of a second in Formula One. That's like and Sloth there, who's taking a shortcut there. That is not going to be legal, unfortunately, there for Blazing Faraday this time. Oh goodness me, he didn't get the whole shebang of that toe, did he? And now unfortunately he's also in Faraday this time, and Mr. BT has gone full fast. He's on the second row on his debut tonight. Fantastic. Sloth, nope, it's Chaz who's gone so fast as well. And qualifying is done and dusted. Danger Times pole position for the first time this season. That is McLaren's second pole position in the season. Brilliant something. That is Danger Times' first pole position of the season. Wow, done indeed there for Danger Times. That's McLaren's first pole position since the Chinese Grand Prix earlier on the season. That is incredible, isn't it? What a laugh. I absolutely enjoyed that as well. Oh my word, then that is Danger Times' first pole position of his career as well. Magnificent stuff indeed there. Wow. Anyway, let me catch up with the comments, shall we? Because I've been talking absolute rubbish. 0.4 of a second. That is incredible, isn't it? Oh my word! There, we are in the midst of a legend here, aren't we tonight? Fantastic. Okay, this is a blinder. How do you do that on a controller? Menace Max is saying, this guy is an alien. Max is Kaz is saying, and KD is taken back. Well, that's what a lot insane. And 0.4 of a second off there, and really good, and on the control, really good stuff indeed there. Great lap danger, great teamwork, McLaren indeed. Then KD, that's unbelievable. Super teamwork effort, good stuff indeed. Scotty on a pad too, Menace Max saying, a bit harsh on yourself, Sean. Have you watched me race, Menace Max? I'm a danger to myself and other people. Really, I think Division 6 was scraped from the bottom of the barrel when they asked me to race. We have just carrying on as well. Then go on, Geordie as well. Milan's on the controller too. I love to know. Do you know that by just watching them? Do you get told that? We got a hype training coming. Goodness me, choo choo, yay! We've got. Scotty saying he'll take P5. I voted for Geordie for pole. Menace Max says Geordie was very close to pole position, close but no cigar. But get there. You say that, Sean. Yet you still not as low as me. Well, to be honest, so forget that you do. At least I think you get to the finish more often than not, and I don't seem to, and I also seem to cut a lot of corners there. Best pole up ever, 4/10 of a second. Jan McLaren is saying maybe, but I think Sly Guy's pole position in Canada really sticks out in my mind. Was it Canada? I think it was Canada, wasn't it? Just the way he took that far on chicane, it does live with me forever. I'm incredible, amazing there. From for Equal said, KD, that is unbelievable. Thank you very much to Shadow Sayer, who is subscribed at tier 1 then. Lovely stuff indeed there. Danger Times equals Beast said, vintage. Goodness gracious me, you're all very gossipy tonight there. Mr. BT, great debut so far. It really is, isn't it? Let's hope he does well in the race as well. Wilson was 100 bits and a joke of a lot, Mr. BT is saying, and we're loving to have your company as well. And also 100 bits as well. Danger is a beast in Belgium then. From Danger, mine was fine. Haha. I think BT, you've done a superb job tonight there. A really big thumbs up from my point of view. Vamos, Scotty from Owen Sharpie. Good luck all from Kez as well. Finally home then, we forget to say that. Nope, as a good luck Division 1 from KD. Shadow's also giving us 100 bits as well. Thank you very much for the hype train. Let's go for the grid. Let's go for the grid from front to back here. Mediums and soft tires then are the course of the day, isn't it? They're good stuff indeed. Owen Sharpie is on mute, to be honest. Good stuff indeed. Then that's probably how I'd listen to the stream as well, if it's on mute. Right, we've got Wilson, who's currently giving his bits in, but also he's also on the formation lap as well. He's in 20th position in the Friday since debut race here tonight in Division 1 for Wilson. Good luck to him there. Of course, he's the boss as well, so obviously I'm going to say that because I don't want to get fired. Nosey in 19th position there. He is on the medium tires, as is Wilson. Carboy in 18th position. He's gone for an attacking opening strategy here on softs. And Clarkey in 17th with V. Robbie in 16th. Both drivers retired early on in Q2 and Q1 there. I wonder if that cost them track position here. Milan, unfortunately, had troubles getting to the pit lane now and really causing all kinds of destruction there. But he has copied the goat, which is David Coulthard. Pillars in 14th position in the Mercedes. He wanted to start on the medium tires, and he's on the medium tires now. And I'm wondering if that is just because he's not strong with the softs here, maybe. Black Box in 13. He has chosen to go on the soft tires, as Crazy Bill in 12th position as well on soft side. And then to 11th on the medium tires, and Epic on the soft tires in 10th position. Everyone in the top 10 did qualify on the soft tires, of course. Brave. Tygo in 9th position. 8th position is Sloth. Chaz in 7th. Great to see him up there. Troy, the GOAT, in 6th position now. 5th position is Scotty. He's happy with that position as well. BT, his debut in 4th. Blaze then invalidated his final run in 3rd position. That may have cost him a front row pole position there. Box Tower is alongside Danger Times, who has been very much there at the pinnacle of his powers tonight. 22 laps then here around Belgium. The best race circuit in the world, in my opinion. Lights are going to be on then, and let's see how we go as well then. No, lights not on yet then, are they? I'll catch up with your comments as well then. As a lovely shot here from Boxtel, and I love the helmet as well from Boxtel. I think that's what's his name's helmet, is it? Anyway, let's talk about that later. Lights are on! And it's go, go, go for the Belgian Grand Prix. A terrible start. Carboy's had issues here. Is he an anti still at the back there? I'm not sure. And Bugs and Data Top leads. Blaze is going to be the second position as well. Yellow flag. No, it's Milan. Milan has had issues at the start. Then Milan is in major power. He's got into he's got a tandy, so then we're going to go too wide. They're going for, we're going to say don't be side by side, go for a roost. Not quite. And now then, as we got now we're going through now the camera straight as well. This is where the slipstream begins then, as Milan has been disqualified. So I don't know what's happened to Milan then, and he is out of the race, unfortunately, then, before he even got past last source. Up into Lake Com, and we have got all kinds of issues going on here. Oh my goodness me, Troy is on the inside and Tiger's on the outside. Troy's having none of it, and the two T's are coming close. Got two McLarens and 1-2 at the moment. Troy up the inside, magnificent 17. Epic there. Can he sneak across there and up into finish there? Not quite at the moment. It's a very clean start out there. This could not be a better start to the Belgian Grand Prix. And look at this, there's chances on the outside into Puyol as well. Oh my word. And wow, incredible stuff indeed there. And look at this set. And Pillar's dropping down the order. He's on the medium tires, of course. Pillar's there, struggling for position. Well, Clarkey Reich at the battlefield, and V. Robbie surfed in. Pillars has spun the car. Also, we got help to the Fania chicane. And we've also got BT. BT is off the circuit, the exit of Fania chicane now. And he's dropped from 4th all the way down to 17th here. Two McLarens leading then. And it's 1-2 at the moment here in Belgium. They're starting to stretch their lead there from Scotty in 4th position. Well, there's a second already at this stage of proceedings there. And I was going to say that this could not be a better start to the Belgian Grand Prix. Everyone almost got around apart from Clarkey, Pillars, and we've got Troy up in the 5th position again past Software. Epic is also sneaking up the inside as well. Lap 1 completed. Danger Times are making the fastest lap. Then we have got so we've got two McLarens, the Williams, the Mercedes of Scotty, followed by Troy. At the inside goes Epic there. Oh, lovely stuff into last source there. And then Tiger's going to get beats on that sausage curve there and almost losing it altogether. Epic is now up into 7th position there. And look at those two McLarens. The Papaya McLarens are absolutely stretching out at the moment. Magnificent start there from the team from Woking here. V. Robbie is alongside Andes there. He's pushing him up the hill at the moment as Clarkey is in the pits. I don't think Pillars or BT has got any damage there, but we got Chazza has just been overtaken by Crazy Bill as Chazza struggling at the opening stage of the Grand Prix. V. Robbie all over the back of Andes, and Andes is not getting. Oh my gosh, we got 3 abreast here now as Chazza's having a look up the inside. No, Crazy Bill has gone wide then, and this is not going to go too wide in the corner with no name then, and doesn't want to run too wide out there. He's going to get a warning for that, Chaz, but he's hanging it out here. He is hanging it out then, but I think the Crazy Bill may have got the job done now. He's gone deep, and I think there's a bit of there is a slight rub there between the two drivers, but Chazza is still having a go. But Crazy Bill then just about keeping on. Look at the time, and they're already a second back there now. He's out the DRS range now of Tiger, and that is crucial, I think, in this Grand Prix then. So Crazy Bill then is going to have to start to really put his head down here and look at Black black box, and of course he is the new hero for the Haas team at the moment, isn't he? And he is now popping past Chaz and up into 10th position. He's in the points then at this very early stage of the Grand Prix then. Good stuff. Well, incredible. The gap at the front is 4/10 of a second, so Danger Tom's not got out of the DRS just yet. Boxtel is still in the DRS range at the moment, just about. Scotty is now edged up closer, but Troy is out of the DRS range in 5th position now. That free DRS has now been enabled for these drivers then. Clarkey is going to have to hope for a safety car. He's right at the back of the field, and then Pillars is struggling this way. He's 9 seconds away from the back of the field. Milan out of the race then. I'm not sure if he had anti-stall or if there was... anti-stall or if there is another issue or whatnot. And now here comes Epic all over the back, and he had an instant in qualifying Frida. 3-second penalty for Andenge. That's our first penalty of the day. Epic is now passing up into 6th position now. He's coming through the field like a hot knife through butter up into late column. Good stuff indeed there for Epic there. He's loving life out there, Mona. Carboy up into 14th position now. His teammate Milan did not get off the line there. Anti-stall perhaps said, oh, I'm not sure, but what the case may be, he's out of the Grand Prix. Milan is there. He had issues in the pit, coming into the pit lane. Now he had issues getting off of the start line then. So a miserable day then for Milan, unfortunately. No, just going out of the corner with no name there, getting a bit squirrely. The gap at the front is less than 3/10 of a second now. It's just up to it's just hovering between 3/10 of a second and 4/10 of a second. Mr. BT, of course, great qualifying. He's dropped down 13 positions at the moment, has he, Mr. BT? That's such a shame. I think Pillar... Oh, car's off, and that's nosy. Goodness me, how the Fania chicane spinning the car back around there. Oh, no, dear. Boxtel's now out of DRS range. I don't think there's any damage on Nose's car. He may have those tires maybe a bit hot at the moment, no. And we got yellow flag then is I think this yellow flag is still from the Aston Martin of Knowles, just trying to get himself back up into operating temperature and going again. Then Boxtel all the back at the moment. BT is alongside Wilson. No, he isn't. He's now past Wilson up into 15th position now. I apologise, I missed that. Shameful behaviour. But Wilson, is he going to have a go into last source then? I think that he's a bit too far back. Wilson he's on the medium tires, of course, in the Ferrari. So Danger Tom sees that now we got DRS here coming up the Kemmel Straight as well. And where is Blaze? There is Blaze then, but he's too far back at the moment, I would say, to have a go. But I don't think Epic's too far back. And look at Epic there. He's absolutely driving a superlative race at the moment, and he is now up into 5th position there. Passes Troy. V Robbie has just got past his team as well. As Chaz is dropping down the order, Wilson's got past, or has it contact there? And I think that exactly the same incident. I think that it was Bradfield that had earlier on there in the week. Then I'm not sure if Wilson's had a couple of issues up there as well. But goodness, and there's V Robbie's off the circuit there. He's dropped right down to 15th position. He was close to his teammate last time we've seen him, and he has had to recover, and he's dropped all the way down into 15th position, unfortunately. Back with Black Box at the moment there. He is next to Crazy Bill. Black Box is in the points at the moment now. Only one drop. Look at the understeer on that Haas car. Goodness me. We've got who's had some issues. I'm not sure that there's a yellow flag out there momentarily there. BT then was all over the back of V Robbie. V Robbie's just trying to recover back into this race at the moment. V Robbie has he had a couple of issues. Once again, at the moment, the McLarens are fine. McLarens are looking very strong at the moment. They are now starting to gap Boxtel by over a second and a half. That Danger Times is looking at peak performance at the moment. But Blaze is not having any of it there. He is he's keeping up there. Still in DRS range at the moment. They're coming into last source there. We may have a game of cat and mouse here for the DRS set. However, they cannot be too. They may also help each other kind of pull away as well. The teamwork in the McLaren team have been absolutely fantastic. As just watching Pillars on the outside of Wilson, and Pillars has got the job done out of the bus stop chicane. The teamwork that the McLaren team have shown over the course of this season has been absolutely mesmerising. Remember that both those drivers are in the battle for the championship, I just find that absolutely incredible stuff indeed. Though, of course, I'm not a team player. I would definitely be I'll definitely not be over my teammate if I can handle it. Crazy Bill has just got a 3-second pole as well. And Denge then was trying to challenge Chaz to come to the top of Lake Common. Chaz is struggling for race pace at the moment, isn't he? The highest driver on the medium tyres, as we've got Wilson, who is just a bit overtaken by Pillars, but Pillars has gone wide there, and Wilson is back through there. Pillars not having the best of races. He had a great race in Hungary just over a week ago. However, he had an issue at the Fania chicane, didn't he? And he's just trying to recover. Back at the front, and the McLaren teams are currently flying the flag beautifully well for the Papaya team. Remember, they're going for their second Constructors Championship in 2 years, so they're doing a great job on Formula 1 2021 then. Danger Times and Blaze there very much been the cream of the crop there. Fantastic 17, and they're pulling away. Look at that, the gap is now almost 2 seconds there, and the McLaren teams are just dragging each other along. This is absolutely beautiful work there for the McLaren team. Really good stuff indeed there. A textbook in how to run a race as a team, or how to run any sessions as a team, then doing well in qualifying and the race. Look at the brake disc going on that McLaren, incredible, isn't there? Absolutely red hot there under those tyres. There we go, Crazy Bill, yellow flag in the background there as Clarkie's come off there. Bill has now dropped down into 10th position because Black Box is up into 9th. Black Box making the step up from Division 2 to Division 1 there to take the vacant seat at the Haas team, and now Black Box is doing a absolute great job at that moment. He scored 9th position last time out then on his second Grand Prix in Division 1, and now he is 9th again then. So Black Box doing a really good job for the Haas team, and that's exactly what needs to be done. Scotty's now moved himself up into 3rd position here as Boxstyle is struggling to keep up at the moment then with the top 2 McLarens. The gap is already a 2.5 seconds out. Oh, Black Box has done the Schumacher line there, going over the top of Lake Com there, and unfortunately he's cost himself a position, and Crazy Bill is back up into 9th position there. He's going to be happy with that. On board of Epic now, who's Epic has been very, very nicely carving his way through the field. He is now up into a superb 5th position. Remember, he started 10th on the grid. He has gone up 5 positions in 6 laps, which is mega stuff indeed there for Epic. They're very much in the zone. Scotty is trying to reduce the arrears between himself and the McLaren team there. As we mentioned already, Scotty's had a lot of DNFs there, but when he's on circuit, he's one of the quicker drivers in this category. Carboy's got a 3-second penalty. 3 drivers so far have got 3-second penalties. Someone has gone off there and hit one of the polystyrene boards there. I'm wondering if that was that Scotty or was that one of the McLarens there, because Blaze has lost he's 8/10 of a second back now from Danger Times then, and he's almost out of DRS range there for the second McLaren. He is out of DRS range now, as into the pits there comes Boxtel, and Pillars is in the wall. Oh, it's a huge shunt there out to Paul Frere, and Pillars is out of the Grand Prix, and it's a safety car here, and my goodness me then. So it was now we've got pit stop drama. A Boxstyle, I think, was coming in the pits before that safety car was even deployed there, but Pillars out of the Grand Prix, out of the race, out of the session. We've got Boxstyle into the pits for the Williams team. There's the safety car just popping out at the end of the pit lane, and medium tyres for the Williams driver. Let's see how this one is going to do, and how this is going to change the course of the Grand Prix. And so they're all just finally in the pits then. So who is going to do what then? BT came to the pits last time around then, so he's the first driver to make a stop here. Good opportunity there to read the comments there. This is goodness gracious me. Right then, anyway, well, I've missed quite a lot, so I must apologise profusely about this. Sorry, I can't be here indeed. McLaren go and get a 1-2. KD is saying then every week, as Epic saying every week it's something silly then. I'm wondering if that is just because of what I've been on the formation lap maybe then. So we've also got we've also got Owen, no, not Owen, sorry. Owen, yeah, saying one to Robbie. He retired early in qualifying one, unfortunately, which is a shame then. Is KD just Milan there having not having a good race, unfortunately. Good time, safety car for the soft runners, I guess, Keza is saying, and which is so, I think that's, oh, goodness me. Goodness me, and yes, there's so the same thing, and Wilson unfortunately came to blows with Mr. BT. Similar thing to what happened between himself and Bradfield, I think earlier on in the week there. So Wilson on a very good time at the top of the hill at Lake Com there. So yes, as Kez was saying, it's the perfect time then for the soft tyre runners to come in the pits, and it's the medium tyres runners going to come in the pits. We didn't have many. We've only got one driver on the medium tyres now who started the race on medium tyres, and that's Andenge. I wonder if he's going to stay out, come in the pits then. David Thomas in the pits. This is going to be a look at this. Look at Blaze, and he's trying to not lose any time at all. But at this moment in time, look how slow he's coming into the pit lane here, and Scotty and Epic are going to be very frustrated by this. Look at this. They're all coming in a row there. David Thomas in the pits now then, so this is the problem on two very complete competitive drivers, and the McLaren team is still getting a position here, and this is a blow for Blaze, and is he going to be out in front of Mercedes? No, he's not. He's lost position. No, he hasn't. He's still in there. Oh my goodness me. So Blaze did that absolutely supremely well, and has kept himself just in front of just in front, and look at this, and then Boxtel has sorted himself back up in the third then. So perfect stuff there for Boxtel. Clark has got a 3-second penalty. He's going to be kicking himself on that one. So look at this, and the racing here. I think Sloth there has just got out in front of Troy, and so everyone on the medium tires should get to the end of the race on these medium tires, because it's a straightforward one-stopper, albeit this safety car has thrown a bit of a curveball and edge on the soft tires side. We've got a couple of drivers. Wilson now going on to the medium tires again. Knowlesy also on mediums as well. What about Clarkey? Clarkey come back into the pit lane as well. 2 retirements, Milan and Pillars, both out of the race so far, as now just watching Clarkey at the pits and going for the softs back to medium side. I think it might be a stretch to get the softs to the end then. And Edge is the only driver doing it, but if he comes to the pits now, he will lose track position and drop right to the back of the Crocodile. Haas mechanics then ready to go to work. And a new set of medium tires. And lovely close up there. The overalls of the Haas team, absolutely beautiful. Right, everyone on the medium tires, and apart from one car and Denge on the soft side. Mr. BT then has got a lap Oda tires and everyone around the net. Epic saying then that McLaren was holding up the Delta, which is illegal then, and I think that so Epic is not too happy about that. It is illegal in real life, Fed, and Blaze judged that to perfection. But whether that is against the of course, Epic does say it is illegal. It is illegal in real life, and it's it's going to be interesting to see how this one shapes out. Then Equal saying, how did Blaze do that? Then that was I thought he lost out, to be honest, to Scotty, but just about made out then as well then. But yes, I do agree with Epic there. He's not going to be too up by that, because Epic and Scotty both lost positions to Boxtel because of Blaze slowing down like that. And so let's see how that one progresses here on in then. Of course, in real life that is definitely that is definitely illegal. But in virtual racing, potentially. Maybe I must admit I don't really know. I don't feel I've ever seen anyone punished for doing that kind of thing in league racing. I've only got 7 season experience really, so I'm not too 100% sure on that one. I think either whatever way that did McLaren spend R&D on their pit crew. It was a supreme pit stop, wasn't it? How they are both still 1-2 in this race is beyond me. Daniel Thomas is still leading the race, and he's led it for almost. I think he's led it all the way through so far. Daniel Thomas has said he's having very much a clinic in Grand Prix race at the moment. Good stuff indeed. 18 cars remain out of the 20 that started this race then. Let's take stock then. Everyone is now on the same life of tyre and the same compounded tyre apart from Andenge. We got 3-second penalties for Bill, Andenge, Chaza and Cardboy. 6-second penalties so far for Clarkey. We have got the 2 McLarens of Danger Times leading from Blaze there, with Boxtal in 3rd position, Scotty in 4th, Epic is in 5th position, Sloth is 6th, Troy is 7th, Tygo's in 8th position, 9th is Black Box, 10th position is Crazy Bill. That is the top 10 at the moment, just outside the top 10 then. Out of the points at the moment is Andenge in 11th, Chazas in 12th, Cardboy 13th, Mr. BT in 14th, V Robbie 15th, Wilson 16th, Knowlesy 17th, with Clark in 18th position. The Mercedes-Benz safety car is taking us around, and hopefully we'll be back racing in the at the end of this lap then, on lap 10 then going forward. Ooh, my word then. What an action-packed Grand Prix this has been as well. This is a good opportunity as well to have a shameless plug as well, because tomorrow night we are back in action. Of course, Hyperdrive 7 days a week. We're almost 24/7. Goodness gracious me, figure that. 7 days a week Hyperdrive is on. Then we've got 2 additional events as well during the week then. For some reason the green lights are on the safety car. I'm not sure why. Usually that signals that you're allowed to overtake the safety car, but of course your data will not be overtaking the safety car. We've seen what happened to Paul Ayrton in the Japanese Grand Prix last season, I think, in bronze. Unfortunately, that was not very good at all. Safety car feels like forever. Katie is saying it is, isn't it? Because it is such a long circuit, the longest on all the Formula 1 calendar. But safety car is now in then, and we'll be going green once again in just a jiffy. I forgot what I was saying now. Shocking behaviour. Anyway, then, so the safety car is now pulling off, and oh yes, just a shameless plug. How dare I? Yeah, so tomorrow night we'll be back. We'll be back then for Division 7 action. Then, of course, at 7:30 UK time, and that is from Division 7 all the way through to Division 1 next Sunday as well. 7:30 UK time for all the division, for all the championship races. We've got Formula 2 action then on. We're back green. We'll talk about that in a minute because now we're green here, and it was Blaze and Danger Tom's perfect start as and a Blaze going in, Danger Tom's going a bit deep then, and now we're back racing here then. There's going to be streaming good up in the Kemmel Straight then. Remember what happened after the safety car restart in the 2009 Belgian Grand Prix between Fizzy Keller and Kimi Räikkönen. Kimi Räikkönen, who had curves on that season, whilst Fizzy Keller didn't, and Fizzy Keller in his Force India just couldn't match the curves of Räikkönen. Of course, we got the ERS this time around, haven't we? And here comes Blaze, and he's using the ERS as well. You see, he had the green bar on then as he comes up the top of the up at the top into Lake Common. And then just using those soft tires to good effect, then getting past Crazy Bill and moved himself up into 10th position there. 11th, the drop down to 11th then is Crazy Bill. We've also got V Robbie, who is challenging Mr. BT. Look how close as well. There's Wilson the back, but now just dropping back ever so slightly, and then we got Knowles in Clarkey at the back of the field. Oh my word, this is getting very cozy, isn't it? Here at the top of the hill, Epic is trying to now push, then to get past that Mercedes. And dropping back slightly, so everyone's in DRS at the moment. V Robbie is having a sniff on the inside. I think of the Peugeot now. Goodness gracious me, you ain't going to overtake around there without a lot of help from the car in front there. I don't think Mr. BT, this is his debut, of course, but I don't think Mr. BT is going to be waving anyone through there. As he had a strong qualifying. The race has not gone quite as well as he would have liked so far. However, we aren't even at half distance yet here in the Grand Prix, so anything can still happen there. Mr. BT, who is now going to have to start going from attack to the fence here as Andenge is flying past everyone on those soft tires. He's really making hay. What's the sort of shot of these soft tires? Andenge is absolutely flying. Good stuff from Tito Jones driver on the soft tires there. And next target is Tygo, who's done really well in the Ferrari in 8th position. And Troy is 7th first. Sloth in a superb 6th, and Epic 5th. 4th is Scotty. Box Stallion in 3rd position. Andenge set the fastest up of the race then. No DRS yet, and DRS will be available at the end of this lap, of course. And remember, in Imola earlier on today, we didn't have any DRS for most of the race, did we? Whether they were just concerned about the issues that George Russell and Bottas had the season before, I'm not sure then. But yeah, quite a long time for the DRS to be activated today in Imola. However, here tonight we are expecting the DRS to be activated at the end of this lap then, and we'll be and this is going to get very interesting. There's the two McLarens are now fighting at the top of Lake Com here between Blaze and Danger Tom's. Blaze has got 3 Grand Prix wins this season, and Danger Tom's got 5 Grand Prix wins this year. Both have got pole position apiece. Both have got 7 podiums as well. Both have got 2 Driver of the Day awards. However, the key, Wilson's having major problems at the top of Lake Com there, and unfortunately he has spun off as well, and he tapped the Tech Pro barrier. Hopefully he has. I think he may have damaged the end plate there. But back to McLaren then. Both McLarens said the only difference is between the McLaren is the 4 DNFs that Blaze has compared to Danger Tom's no DNFs there, and that is a crucial part of this season, I would think then. So yeah, the lack of DNFs there for Danger Tom's is really helping him in the championship at the moment. V Robbie has got past Mr. BT and moved himself up into 14th position. Good overtake there, I would assume, because I didn't see it. Just watching Andenge on these soft tires there, really pushing at the moment. Back at the front then, it is still the 2 McLarens going head to head, wheel to wheel, nose to nose, and Danger Tom's is leading the race. This is the championship battle as well, of course, albeit there is there's 81.5 points separates the 2 drivers, so DRS has now been enabled then, but we are around 15, the top 5 once again, just pulling away from the rest of the field there. That is Blaze, Danger Tom, Scotty, and the 2 Williams of Boxstar, and as Andenge has got past, or has he? No, he hasn't got past, because Tiger has retaken that position here, but he's going to be quite quick there, going up the hill then. We have DRS now available, goodness, DRS now available then for Andenge. He's all over the back of Tiger, and he's going to need DRS. DRS is now activated now. BT has got a penalty for his troubles out at the top of the hill, and Danger Thomas has got a slippery car, because even with DRS there, Blaze still hasn't got past at the moment. Scotty is almost out of the DRS range. We've got overcast clouds coming. We didn't expect rain here in the Grand Prix. Is there going to be rain afoot here in the second half of the race then? Well, I'm not sure if I can handle rain now, because it's been an absolutely incredible race so far. 18 cars remain out of the 20 that started here. And look at Black Box. He's basically using he's using the grass there to reduce the slip angle going into Puyol now. It's absolutely incredible, isn't it? Very good stuff indeed there. The two Red Bulls at the back there, V. Robbie and Chazza, are very close together there. Chazza is just lacked race pace there, hasn't he? He was quick in qualifying, but the race is just not going at all well for Chazza. And there's going to have to be a lot of thinking caps on in the Red Bull. Oh my goodness me! And the Clarkey has gone into the barrier, and oh goodness gracious me! And then slamming the car into the metal barrier there, and Clarkey has lost the whole of the front wing now. A nightmare race for Clarkey out of the final third in the bus stop chicane once again. And look at these! Look at the top five here. Goodness gracious me! There, nose to tail here. Troy has moved himself over to sixth position there. Troy's had the fast lap of the race there, and Clarkey is off again at Paul Frere. Tygo's lost out to Black Box here, and look, he's going to lose two positions here. He must have had a squirrel on at the exit of the bus stop, and look, the Bill has passed Tygo, so he's dropped down the order. Oh dear, and that's not good at all. And then just a bit too close to Slough here. He's going to have to back out, and that's going to hurt him in terms of momentum. He's all over the back of the Alpine driver here. And goodness gracious me, as we're coming up to the top of Lake Com, and we've now got he's through, he's passed Andejo. We've got the battle here as well. I don't know where to look. Goodness gracious me, there's action all over the show here. Clarkey is out of the Grand Prix. Chazza has dropped down into 12th position now, and Clarkey is pitted and quitted by the looks of things, and that is not good for the Haas team, is it? There, Haas don't need any more minus points there on the board then. Oh my gosh, there is a serious mistake. If it wasn't broken the first time, as it got oh, it's Tygo is struggling. What's that? I think the Tygo must have damage. Has he got damage there, or is the tires just struggling to warm up there? Yellow flag and then Chazza's misjudged that, and he's gone very wide. Chazza dropping down the order. Mr. BT is through as well, and oh dear, Chazza dropping right down the order, and Tygo is limping in that Ferrari. I'm sure there's damage there because he's lost an abundance amount of pace in that Ferrari. He's understeering. BT's off the same places where he went off in the opening stage of the Grand Prix. My goodness gracious me then. Actually, galore that is getting a very dull out there. Tygo's hit the wall. Oh no! And he's off, and he's gone right off there out to Paul Frere, and he's out of the Grand Prix. Is that going to be a safety car? It doesn't look to be at the moment, but we've lost two cars in almost a lap there, consecutive laps here. Action galore. Look at the top five here now. Goodness gracious me, them very much Lionel Stearns here. It's not in 6% Jeepers Clarkey. If it wasn't broke before first hit, it will be on the second hit there. Yeah, goodness gracious me. Mr. BT is also out of the race as well. That is a shame now for Mr. BT, as he is I think he's coming to the pits to call it a day. Unfortunately, Mr. BT has. We've got Anden, who is now getting past and up into. We've lost a lot of drivers in the last lap or two. Anden just making his way through the field beautifully. He is now up into sixth position now. Of course, he's on the soft tires, and the soft tires may start to lose their purchase, their grip, and come in the next couple of laps or so. But he's done a supreme job out there. He's now going to have to really start to defend like a lion, isn't he? On board of Epic at the moment in fifth position now. We've got Scotty and Box just in front of us then, and then there's Blaze and Daytron as well. The gap at the front there still once again then less than a second between these two at the moment. Fantastic stuff indeed there. Mr. BT then set up absolutely enjoyable. What a shame, man. Should practice next time then. But great debut nonetheless, Mr. BT. Fantastic stuff indeed there. Your qualifying form was magnificent. Race did not go at all well, but not too well. I think that's a bit harsh, really, isn't it? I mean, it didn't go as well as you probably would have liked then, unfortunately. But Mr. BT, great drive on his debut then. 14 out of 22 here, and the gap at the front then is Danger Times has got a lot of pressure on him now between himself, his teammate Boxtel, and Scotty and Epic. Well, this is an incredible battle indeed. And Danger's also now starting to is also starting to come up to the back as well. Second and a half separates himself and Epic then. Serious Rush saying one of the longest laps, but the race goes so fast. It does indeed, doesn't it? It's an average lap speed is quite quick as well around here, isn't it? And look at then is Epic then. He had a horrific shunt here in qualifying free there, which may have cost him a potential competition. He's had 3 pole positions this season. Epic has had. And look at this as we cut up to the top of Lake Com. And look at this at the moment. It's a bit of a stalemate, isn't it, in this DRS train, and that is exactly what the McLaren team want then, isn't it? We have got V Robbie, who's doing a great job at them, possibly driver of the day so far. He's doing a good job there, coming up in the 10th position there after starting 16th on the grid. Then Black Boxer struggling at the moment. Now he's down in 11th position, but he has no penalties, of course. That could be crucial later on in this race. Well, I must say then that there's going to be a lot of drivers that probably going to be in for driver of the day. One of them is one of these drivers is this man here. Epic has done an epic job then, hasn't he? Really good stuff indeed. Same with V Robbie, good stuff indeed. Andedge also flying through the field then on those soft tyres, gone to the alternative strategy here. Look at these 5 cars there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're very much long on stern then. Andedge just lost 0.4 of a second on this up to the front 5 cars here. I'm wondering if those soft tyres are starting to lose grip. And Kez has just said the same, and Andedge is about to start to lose grip then. Another 2 or 3 laps, depending on his setup. It looks like he is losing. Looks like he is losing grip now. He has lost that 0.3 of a second. And on board now with Scotty, of course, with the best helmet on the grid. Potentially, he's gone on the outside of the box. Oh, contact! And oh my goodness me, they've all come to blows there. Oh, and no, and he's come back on the circuit. Oh dear. And Scotty there, and Blaze got a 5-second penalty for corner cutting, and Scotty has damaged the car. It's a 3-second penalty for V Robbie as well. He just misjudged that, I think, that as oh dear. And as Epic got damaged there, because that was a clout and a half. Blaze got a 5-second penalty, but I'm wondering if that might get removed, and he could very much appeal to the stewards on that one and get that one removed. I would hazard a guess. And Scotty in the pits on the soft tyres, and now then with boxed out too far back in the McLaren's now starting to fight amongst each other. Epic in full position there. Has he got damage? We're just taking a look then. Andedge all over the back of the road. Chaz has set the fast half of the race, and he's just thrown on the soft tyres. Scotty down in 14th position then. KD, that was serious Russian. Oh wow, as KD saying that's just a bit clumsy. They're not sure why Codemasters gave Blaze a penalty then. As Scotty said, moves on the brake, and so yeah, Scotty was probably unsighted about the braking of one of the Williamses there. Andedge at the moment on these soft tyres at the moment. We're on board with him now as Let's see if Epic has got any damage. Then I think that was a horrific clout as well. So that is such a shame. Then as just on board now that as Kez saying, no, get the fast lap. Scotty then is just on board, and here we go. Then wasn't super his fault. He just rejoined as best he could in Baguette's opinion. Indeed, then so yeah, it's very difficult to see under these cars. One, it's also very difficult as well to regain your composure when you're fighting for a Grand Prix win. So if he just spun the car around, then Epic was just at the wrong place at the wrong time potentially. There there's definitely no malice in it, I would hazard a guess then, but yeah, it was just a very disappointing all round there, unfortunately. A major incident here, and now this and I think that's gonna, in a way, that's really how Blaze. That's, oh goodness me, he's had a full opposite lock there out of last source, and that has cost him majorly here. But he's 0.4 of a second away at the moment. Blaze is. Let's see what he can do. Of course, Blaze has a 5-second penalty, but I think that he will be. I think he surely would have. He can get that removed, because he did have a helping hand in getting that 5-second penalty. Danger Times is really quick at the top of the hill here. But once again, even with DRS, Blaze just cannot. Oh, Danger Times, sorry, Troy has just gone to the back of Andedge here. Epic has got damage, I think, because he is struggling. And who's that? And that's Bill and V Robbie here. And V Robbie off the circuit, almost into the gravel there. Oh, my word, they're hanging on there. Oh, goodness gracious me. Going a bit wide there. Goodness gracious me, then it's just look at this incredible stuff indeed. 17 out of 22 here tonight. Then of course, as we come to the twilight of our Belgium experience there, Wilson has had a horrific week up there at Lake Com, hasn't he? I think that Wilson will be looking forward to getting to finish off the Belgium week here, as it's been a bit of a tough old week, hasn't it, for Wilson? On board with V Robbie, who's in at 9th position at the moment. So he is very much on. Favre has gone pole. Hang on a minute, let me take a look. So Epic down up 6 positions there. As I said, it's been one of my drivers today so far. As has Andenge as well. V Roberts been up 7 positions there. Carboy, Norsey and Wilson also up 7 positions as well. Danger Times and Blaze doing a great job out there, controlling this race absolutely superbly well. So yes, those are the position changes at the moment there. Serge much from there. Troy certain is dominant. He certainly was, wasn't he? Back on board with Blaze now then, so I was just having a breather because this is absolutely I thought it was very close there. Danger, no, it isn't, sorry, it's Troy is on the outside. That's a magnificent manoeuvre there, and he is up into 5th position, getting past and then you drop down into 6th now, and Troy, another driver that maybe even get in the maybe get one for driver of the day as well. Actually, well, a lot of drivers should be in for driver of the day. Is still in this race, fantastic 17th there. As Troy now in the 5th position now, and may even get 4th here with the limping wounded Williams there. Both Williamses since they've been cut off from the McLaren team, they have struggling to keep up now. Back on board with Epic. He is going to be a furious camper, I think, in that Williams car. So he is not going to be happy at all, is he, in this one. Danger Times leads half a second from a Blaze in 2nd position. Boxtel in 3rd position. Good drive for Boxtel once again in Division 1 there. He belongs here, doesn't he? 4th position is Epic with 5th position Troy. Brilliant drive from Troy as well with Anden superb in 6th position. Hopefully those soft tarts can hang on. Sloth in 7th for Crazy Bill in 8th position. Good strong drive from both Alpines. 9th position V Robbie. Penalty is hanging over himself then, but apart from that, good drive. Black Box in 10th position now. More valuable points for the Haas team. However, there's I think there's some minus points coming in the way of quitting in Clarkie's pit and quit, unfortunately. Cart Boyle in position. Knowles in 12th there. Wilson 13th. Chaz has had no race pace for some reason in 14th there. And Scotty in 15th position there. Oh my goodness gracious me. And just now on board with once again with Troy. Then let's just go back to the tyre life at the moment. And also he's in the pits. I wonder if he's going to try and get a fastest lap attempt in. Here is the race leader's changed, and for the first time in this race, Blaze has taken the lead at the top of the hill at Lake Calm here. And Sloth is having a look on the inside of Andenge, but he just couldn't do it. Andenge got 3-second penalty. That's crucial, I think, in this race. Blaze leads the Grand Prix for the first time. He has just been sat there, hasn't he? And now with the McLaren, both McLarens dropping Boxtel. This is an important stage of the championship, I think, for Blaze. He needs to keep himself in this championship, doesn't he? And a win today would definitely do it. Look at him, he's absolutely rocking away from Danger Times, where he does have a penalty, but that 5-second penalty, I think, will be I think that penalty may be removed at the moment. Epic, the animal then, who's got at the moment got 4 votes to drive today. I'm not going to argue that one because he's done a superb job out there. And look, he's out of DRS range already then. Blaze is showing some domination now. He's absolutely pulling away then, hand over fist for his teammate here then. So this is what Blaze sees, and he's going for his 4th Grand Prix win at the moment then. And just as V Robert's got a 3-second penalty for Shosman, and Sloth still causing Andenge issue. But now we have got Crazy Bill and V Robbie starting to perform a queue behind Andenge, and that 3-second penalty for Andenge, it could cost him here, unfortunately. I know, just on board with Sloth again, and just trying to keep it calm on the old acceleration pedal there. Danger Times is back in DRS range at the moment. Lap 20 out of 22, and then the sun is starting to burst through the clouds. Here's a beautiful day now here in Spa, as V Robbie, who's having an awful problem in the background there. Goodness me, I think that the car just didn't want to go where it wanted to go, did it? As we come through Eau Rouge and Radion as well. Look at this, and Sloth all over the back end, and the Sloth finish will be some good points for Sloth. He's only got 19 on the board so far. Sloth is up in the 6th position now, and then just dropped down into 7th as we come to Lake Com again then. Chaz has got past Wilson and moved himself up into 13th position. A bit of a horrific race for Chaz, unfortunately, today. Teammate V Robbie might be able to get some points on the board there. Blaze, Danger Times, who I think he must have had just a very slow lap, all of a sudden has put a spurt back on there. It's now 7/10 of a second away. Well, it's gone up to 8/10 now then, but it was I think he just put a spurt on, didn't he? And just Scotty has got a fastest up as well. That's crucial, I think, then for himself and the Mercedes team as well. So unfortunately, Pillars out of the Grand Prix, and Scotty's only going to get 1 point as well in this race. And by the looks of things, then so well, I think that we cannot count that too yet, because Knowlesy's going to be on a quick lap as well, as the qualifiers are starting to very much come in, isn't it? Lovely helmet, by the way, from V Robbie. Love the gold. Blaze, who's currently 1.1 seconds in front of Danger Times here. So that is crucial, as he will not have DRS, Danger Times will not have DRS on Blaze, unfortunately. And just taking a look at the driver of the day, Epic again, 5 votes, 1 vote for Danger, 1 vote for Blaze as well. Yes, I think that's very much fair. Oh no, look at this, and Andenge, Crazy Bill. Whilst I was looking down the votes, and then Crazy Bill has got past Andenge, taking the 7th position out. And now here comes V Robbie up the inside into last source. It's going to be squeezy. Oh, he's going a bit of a nerf there. Andenge almost spun the corner. V Robbie up into 8th position now. Andenge from that's not, and the soft tires that may have been pushed slightly over their limit now, unfortunately. Troy is now very close. He's now got DRS then on Epic then, as it's starting to fall apart. But he does have drive today, Epic does, but he's dropped down into 4th position. He got damage for the contact between himself and Scotty, and Troy now up into 4th position there. Epic dropped down to 5th, and look, Sloth, who is very much on the ascendancy here. This is a good day for Slothfed, one of the strongest performances he's had this season, I would say, for Slothfed, and it's very good to see, isn't there? He's very much at home in this Alpine here tonight. No penalties either, which is crucial at this stage there. And just on board then, Kez saying, Troy P4, he's doing a great job. Troy is V Robbie there all over the back of Crazy Bill, and then just struggling. He's got a 6-second gap between himself, well, 7 seconds between himself and at Black Box, so he may be able to limp home there and then to get a point there. But the soft tires, and also got a 3-second penalty. The fast lap is still with Scotty at the moment. As long as he keeps in this race there, and as long as he finishes this race, he would get that 1 point as well. And just saying that Troy is beasting it again. Then he is indeed. Then, and he is he's now only a second away from Boxtown. Can he sneak into a podium here? Troy is Troy there, who has done a good job in of its own right as well. Lap 22 out of 22. Then we're on the final lap of the Belgian Grand Prix. Is Blaze and Danger Times in the Grand Prix, but Blaze has taken the lead with a couple of laps to go here. After Danger Times has very much dominated this race. Ooh, I got a cramp in my knee. Dominated this race, but Danger Times may have one more shot here of maybe getting past it, but I think he's 9/10 of a second away, and we've seen how difficult it was to overtake Blaze was to overtake his teammate then. But Danger Times, I wonder if he has got slightly better top end speed here. Well, that's too far away, I think, isn't it? Unfortunately. And now then, this is going to be some driver's last chance to maybe attempt an overtake here. V Robbie is now all over the back of a Crazy Bill, but I think that straight, believe it or not, the camel straight is not long enough for V Robbie. He is going to settle for 8th position at the moment. And penalties like this, 6 seconds for Anden, 6 seconds for V Robbie as well. Anden is now behind Black Box. He is just about keeping himself in the points. So Anden is there. So he's just got to see how he got in. But how are the counting the penalties? Yes, you can indeed. So luckily, I'll put him up then. Goodness me. We've just got to, oh my goodness me, it's a V Robbie all over the back of Crazy Bill here. Remember, we've got less than a lap to go now here in the Belgian Grand Prix. We've had an absolutely supreme week of racing here in historic Spa, haven't we? McLaren are going for is it their second 1-2 of the season? It will be indeed then. So McLaren going for their second 1-2 of the season. Absolutely mega stuff indeed there for the McLaren team. So we got Blaze got a 5-second penalty for cut in the corner. I think that's going to be removed then, but we're going to may have to call it as I said out of the final turn then. And let's see then as Blaze comes out of the final turn and he wins the Belgian Grand Prix, and it's a McLaren 1-2 here tonight then. And I think the Blaze said, of course, they get that 5-second penalty for a bit of a show at the rear, with Danger Times in second, Boxtal in third, then Troy in fourth. Epic is going to be a bit disappointed, 5th in the end then, but draw the day for Epic. Good stuff indeed there. But McLaren 1-2 again, I'm taking it. Well, I am taking it as gospel, but it is down to fourth, isn't it? But Danger Times is one on track then, but I think that 5-second penalty for Blaze that we've seen on stream should be removed. Maybe then I'm going to wait to see what Far says, but whatever the case may be, Danger Times did win on track then. If that is his win, then that's his 6th Grand Prix win of the season. However, if that isn't the case, then it's Blaze's 4th Grand Prix win of the season, 8th podium for both McLaren drivers there, 16 in total this season, another 1-2 as well, the second 1-2 of the season for the McLaren team. It's a papaya orange, and brilliant stuff indeed. Epic is not happy, doesn't like this track there, is nothing but slipstreams then, unfortunately. As Scotty just reversing across the line there. Right then, remember, Blaze has a 5-second penalty from Hungary. Oh, that's a very good point there from Epic. I'm glad that someone's paying attention, because I'm certainly not. Shocking behaviour then. Yes, so yes indeed then. So yes, I think that Danger Times will be getting his 6th Grand Prix win of the season here, and that is crucial. Oh my goodness me. In that case, then it is a podium for Troy, and that is the official results, and I'm glad that someone's paying attention, because I'm certainly not then. So Keza is a genius, because he predicted that podium there. Fantastic stuff indeed then. Is Danger Time spraying the bubbly. That's the 6th Grand Prix win of the season, and he now extends us in the championship, so it's not McLaren 1-2 tonight. However, it's a good day for Danger Times then. From pole position to checker flag there, magnificent stuff indeed. Let's take a fun look at the classification then from the Belgian Grand Prix. It is Danger Times then, a brilliant drive, his 6th win, and his 8th win of his career, and his 6th win this season. Boxtel in 2nd position there, as we mentioned earlier on. He belongs here, doesn't he? Troy in 3rd position. Magnificent stuff there from Troy. Blaze in 4th position, that 5-second penalty, which will be getting removed, but however, he has a 5-second penalty from Hungary. Epic in 5th position, drive of the day. 6th position is Soft, great drive from Soft, that's his best performance. Crazy Bill in 7th, then V Robbie 8th, Black Box in 9th, and Engine 10th position, went for the alternative strategy, almost made it work. Cardboard length, Nosey 12th, Wilson 13th, Chazza 14th, Scotty 15th, Chazza Fast, that retirements, Mr. BT, Tygo, Clarkey, Pillars, and Milan all retired then from the Belgian Grand Prix. And I think I'll be joining the box here by Boxtel. Boxtel, an incredible drive today to 2nd there. You had an epic battle between yourself, Danger Times, Blaze, your teammate, and I think Scotty was in there as well. Goodness gracious me. How difficult was it there to keep your composure?
Yeah, it was really difficult, especially on the softs. My pace on the softs was not good. I just constantly overheated the tire, so it was for me pretty difficult to at least stay in the DRS. But then I pitted for the mediums to under the safety car, which helped a little bit. But yeah, in the mediums I had a bit better pace, so I could keep up a little bit more. And then it was an incident between Scotty, me, and Blaze. Not sure what happened there, but yeah. Eventually to finish up P2. Don't know if the 5 seconds can get removed from Blaze, but yeah, and still podium is another good result for myself.
And you did mention the incident between yourself, your teammate, and Scotty. Do you have any comments on that at all, or anything like that, or should we just move on?
Yeah, well, I didn't expect for him to go on the left side. I left him a little bit of room. But yeah, I still need to look at the Scottish footage, so yeah.
Very well handled. So I would have been. See, that's why I'm not a race UC, ladies and gentlemen. Very well done indeed. And of course, 2nd today. Then you are leading the Division 2 Championship there, which and I was saying in the commentary box today. Then it's which I should have said earlier on, really. But you absolutely belong in Division 1, and you are absolutely supreme at the moment. They're very much fighting it in the mix of the 2 McLarens as well. How much are you enjoying that?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. To be able to be on the front row at qualifying was also a big surprise for me. So yeah, I really enjoyed it, and hopefully you can have a lot more battles. So yeah, let's get some more podiums.
Definitely, and of course you're a super sub at the moment. And I think every team is clamouring to want you because you do seem to pick up the good points as well. Well done indeed, Box Geordie. Brilliant drive today, fantastic stuff. Let's come to Troy, who was third in that race. Then, my goodness, me, Troy. Then it was getting very hairy at the top of Lake Com. Then you was having some ding dong battles. Talk us about your race.
I just enjoyed it, this race. And then I got like, this podium is just a bonus. I wasn't even expecting it when I crossed the line. And then I just saw 5 seconds of race, and then someone told me it wasn't valid, and then someone told me he got another 5. So it was like, I didn't really know where I finished, but if it's right, what you said, then I'm very happy with the podium.
Charles, I said that as well. I thought his penalty was going to be removed, and then someone in the comments mentioned that he had a 5-second penalty from Hungary. So shocking behaviour by the commentator. He should have done his homework. Never mind. But I think that this is your second podium this season, if I'm not very much mistaken. And you are having an absolutely sublime season. Of course, you got one in Austria as well. What is your aim then? Because you're kind of in no man's land in the Drivers' Championship at the moment. There, you're 8 points in front of Sully, but you're a long way behind the top 4. What is your aim for the remainder of the season?
I don't know. I don't know, honestly, like coming into this race, my goal was just to try to defend this lead I have in the championship as much as possible. But now with this podium score as well, I am really like in no man's land. I'm literally like 30 points ahead of, not like 30, but like 20 or so points ahead of the guys behind, and like 30 or so points behind the guys in front. So I'm literally like, I'm not fighting on the championship at the moment, but I don't know, to be honest. I just want to score podiums regularly and hopefully fight for some wins sometime, man.
And we hope you get one as well. Well done indeed to Troy, and also well done to Boxer as well. Fantastic. Danger Times, the 6th Grand Prix win of the season, and he extends the season in the championship as well, which is very much music to his ears. We now go on to Zandvoort in Netherlands for the Dutch Grand Prix. An old school circuit is going to bite you if you have any slip-ups of any kind, and we love the Dutch Grand Prix. I hope you join us then tomorrow night. Division 7 is where it starts again. Good night.